Hi, I'm Bilkis Bahari and you are watching Interview of the Day. Asian Development Bank is dedicated to help fund development projects in Asia and the Pacific. Established in 1966, it has 67 member countries, including Kazakhstan. Joining me in today's episode is Giovanni Capannelli. He's the Asian Development Bank's Country Director for Kazakhstan. Thank you for joining us in today's episode, Giovanni.
Thank you.
Kazakhstan has been a long-time member of Asian Development Bank. The ADB has basically helped build Kazakhstan. What are some of the projects that ADB has done throughout these years, and what are the values of these projects?
So thank you for your question. In fact, next year will be the 25th anniversary of Kazakhstan joining the Asian Development Bank as member. And in fact, together with the Kyrgyz Republic, Kazakhstan was the first Central Asian country to join the Asian Development Bank. Over the last 24 years, ADB has heavily invested in Kazakhstan. We had more than 100 projects, more than, in terms of value, $5 billion of investment. And our support to developing the economy and the society of Kazakhstan has evolved throughout these years in line with the pace of development of the country. So at the beginning, during the first 10-15 years, our investments were really more based on basic infrastructure and rural development. We did a lot of projects in agriculture, for example, in transport infrastructure, and in health and education. Over the years, then our role also evolved. We entered into financial intermediation for small and medium enterprises, and during the past 3-4 years, we were really helping the government implement its Nurlijol program through transport infrastructure, building up a lot of highways throughout the country. And then last year, we have introduced a new country partnership strategy for Kazakhstan for the next 5 years, where we are going to, again, further change and diversify our support to the economy.
What are the upcoming projects in Kazakhstan, and what are the values of these projects?
In the country partnership strategy that we introduced last year, we have 3 pillars: economic diversification, targeting improving spatial inequalities that still exist between rural areas and major cities in Kazakhstan, and third, promoting sustainable economic development through improving renewable energies and energy efficiency. So our pipeline of new projects cover all these areas. We are focused on promoting economic diversification on the, with strong impetus on the agricultural sector. So in the agricultural sector, including livestock, value chain development program, including creating market infrastructure for wholesale markets of horticulture, of dairies and meat in different cities of Kazakhstan, and also in promoting financial intermediation for farmers. Then to address the issue of spatial inequalities, we are targeting to promote rural as well as infrastructure development at the urban level related to water supply, sanitation, rural transport. In terms of value of these projects in our country partnership strategy, we are targeting to invest more than $3 billion, which corresponds more or less to 1 trillion tenge until the end of 2021, distributed across the sectors that I just explained.
A lot has been talked about Kazakhstan's economic diversification plan, particularly on the introduction of Islamic finance and the reform of the agricultural sector. But in terms of trade, do you think Kazakhstan could one day become a trading nation?
Well, I'm glad that you asked this question. If you don't mind, I want to show you, this is a book on Kazakhstan economic diversification. 2 years we spent to prepare this study, and then you talk about agriculture. It's a sector that we identify as a potential for economic diversification, but we focus on trade and services and logistics services that would take advantage of this increased role of Kazakhstan to connect East Asia with Europe. And so I believe that although at the moment, total exports of Kazakhstan over GDP are not anywhere close to the potential that the country has, eventually it could become a trading nation. But a lot has to be done in terms of introducing structural reforms that would really targeting improving the country's efficiency and productivity that would make possible for Kazakhstan to become a trading nation as we hope. As of the moment, it trades, but it only trades mostly hydrocarbons, and that is not doesn't provide a sustainable path for the country moving forward. So much more has to come from manufacturing and from agriculture, for which structural reforms are needed, but and also in order to accomplish the strategy 2025 of the government, I believe that there is great potential for Kazakhstan to becoming a trading nation of Central Asia.
That's all the time that we have for today. I'd like to thank you again, Giovanni, for being in our program.